right, so good evening, viewers. It's always, exciting when we are here on Thursday. Look, time check, it's 9 p.m. and what do you know? You know, definitely it's the men's lounge, and we are here. Today I'm going to have two very handsome gentlemen. They are both married, unfortunately. Charlie, I mean to mean your trick, you know what I mean. But they are very handsome, and you have no idea. But one of them, not some thing or a lawyer. And one of them, he's a CEO, you know CEO level, Charlie, big boy, he's a board chairman, something like that. I'll tell you a lot about. But one thing I need to remind you, I always need to do that. This show is brought to you by Casa Preco Alomobita. This is for their reason that we are here. And hey, on my info, and I didn't bring my drink, but don't worry. Casa Preco, we'll just do justice to your drink very soon. And so thanks to you, this show happens every Thursday. And if you're just joining us, we are in the men's lounge now. I have some information to give you. So you would have to be joining us through our social media channels. That is on WhatsApp 020-2222-054. And then on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and all the others is at eTVGhana. You can join us and start sending us your comments. I'm going to take my very first break. When I'm back, we shoot directly into the discussion. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. If you are just joining us, it's the Men's Lounge on eTVGhana every Thursday at 9 p.m. Once you see us here, you know definitely the show is on and we are hot in the lounge. I told you earlier, I knew definitely my Casa Preco will be given. But again, let me just remind you that I'm in the studio with two very handsome gentlemen. So one of them, his name is Christopher Pamford. He's an entrepreneur, a CEO, Techno Services Board Chairman, and then also Emmanuel Cooperative Credit Union. Chris,
yep.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, bro.
How have you been?
Great.
Charlie, it's a long weekend coming. Tomorrow holiday. You wait. Let's get to this man first. The second guest I have is the Alexander Bonzi Imprim. Alexander Bonzi Imprim. So Alexander is a lawyer at Robert Smith and Adelaide Law Firm. So on that note, my name is Lawyer Nanaya Odami. Today I have a learned friend, so no more CEO, no more pastor. It's Lawyer Nanaya Odami. My learned friend. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Is that how you say it? Like learned friend and then you say friend? All right. Yeah, guys, what can you say? Charlie, it's a long weekend coming through. Yeah, from tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and I'm sure people will wake up Sunday night wishing Monday was another holiday. Yeah. Anyways, December, I'm sure we can understand. So today, what are we discussing? We are talking about financial responsibility in the home. Should men be worried when their women are in a better position to take care of the financial responsibilities at home? That's what we'll be discussing today. And I'm sure Alex and Chris are going to do justice to this discussion. So, we shoot straight, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Chris, should men be worried when our women are in a better position to take care of the financial responsibilities at home?
Not at all. We should rather be excited.
Oh, we should?
Yes, hey. we should. We should. Basically, when it comes to finance, we are talking about just three key things. The planning, the income, that has the inflow where the money is actually coming from, and then the expenditure. Now, for me, I think that it's best when the first one is actually done together by the man and then the woman. That's the husband and the wife. You should try and actually do the planning, which is the budget, and you should actually do it together. When it comes to the income, I think, and I feel strong that whatever it is, the man should actually put the income on the table. Now, when it comes to the last part, which is the expenditure, what you actually want to spend and all that, the women actually like shopping. They like to actually shop. They like to enjoy. They like to travel and do all those things. So you leave the expenses to actually the woman to actually take care. So if it happens that your woman is actually bringing more to the table, why should you be worried? Then at the end of the day, you know that you have very little to contribute. Once you, the man, you've actually done your part, you shouldn't get so worried that the woman actually has more to offer. But it actually comes to support you rather.
You'd realize that, in our kind of society, and again, our culture plays a very key role here, where men are seen as the head and not the tail. Sometimes psychologically it makes us feel like, oh no, really, I mean, look, how can my wife be?
Yeah.
You don't think it kind of has some kind of effect on the men? You don't think it does?
Not at all.
Or you think it shouldn't?
It shouldn't. It shouldn't. This being the reason. Sometimes we men, we actually put a lot of pressure on us, which I think it's unnecessary. Now, the fact that your stand in the home as a man is not dependent on how much money you actually contribute in the home. What you are supposed to do is actually love. And that's what even the good book even tells us, that you should actually love your wife just as Christ actually loved the church. So your part should be that, oh, I love my wife. Once you've been able to actually fulfill that, you should be good to go. Yeah. You shouldn't worry at all. And you should never think that you put so much money on the table and that will actually make the woman happy, or that will actually give you the kind of respect. Yeah. For men, ours is about ego. You see, once our ego is actually satisfied, we are good to go. But the thing is that you are not going to actually gain the respect that you actually want from a woman just by giving her money. If that, then the very rich and the big men in the world should actually enjoy their marriages. They shouldn't actually, but it's not that amount, but it's the love. How you actually, a lot of things actually come together to make sure that at least the woman sees that you love her. Once you've been able to actually demonstrate that, Masa, the rest is over.
Alex,
she will actually give you the kind of respect that.
My take is very simple. Your wife is a helpmate. So if your companion, your helpmate, is contributing, whether more or less, in this case more, why should you be worried? Your companion, your helpmate. A sane man should be happy.
A sane man should
be happy
that your wife is contributing more.
Of course. The two shall be one.
Well, of course, it's only said at the time when they are, marrying.
It is so practicable.
Really?
Oh yes. Your helpmate, your companion, you should be happy. Very happy.
Yes. But let's look at it this way. What probably could be the major financial responsibilities at home?
The major one, just as I said, you can actually break them into three. And each one actually comes with a certain kind of responsibility. The budgeting, the income that is actually coming in, and the expenses and all that. Now, at each point, if it happens, even though I've actually said that the man and the woman should actually come together to actually do the planning, because once you actually, if you are the man and you think that maybe you are actually bringing in the box, or you are the woman and you think that you are actually bringing in the box, so you are going to decide that this should be done, this should be done. You can't. You are married. You are two, so everyone should be able to actually contribute to it. But when it comes to the income, as I said, for me, I'm quite biased when it comes to set discussions, because I will use the Bible as the manual from which I can actually make my point. Because you, the man, you are actually supposed to make sure that you actually love your wife. You see, and then once you actually show that love based on the money that you are actually giving and all the things that you are actually supposed to do, and then you actually get that respect. The responsibilities are such that you can't actually share them. They are supposed to actually flow naturally. You should look at who is actually best at what, and then you actually delegate that. You don't even delegate, as in maybe in the workplace or anything, but naturally the person actually comes to it and then picks it up. Oh, I'm good at maybe the planning of the money and other things, so maybe I'm actually going to do it. Together you sit there, you judge your short. Maybe you may not have to actually sit down for a very long time. You just chip in what maybe you want tweaked here and there, and then when it comes to the income, for that one, it's non-negotiable. You, the man, put your money on the table. Whether the woman is actually bringing millions, whatever is actually coming, you just put yours on the table. Don't try to intrude and ask her how much are you earning and all that. You see, but the basic responsibilities, just as you asked, we can maybe rent if you've bought a house, maybe mortgage, fueling. If you have children, you need to actually make sure that you are paying their fees and all that. You see, but I think that basically you the man, no matter if it happens that you are lucky that your wife is actually earning enough, I think basically you the man should take care of the basic things, at least the rents or the mortgage, and then maybe your children's education, if you have the wherewithal to actually do so. But don't be intimidated if you don't have the wherewithal to do so, and then your wife is actually stepping in to help. There are several ways that you can actually love your wife, and then once you love her, you don't have to actually worry about how the woman is actually going to react.
Does it then justify what the women say lately, that whatever the man can do, they can also do better? Does it justify what they've been saying?
In terms of contributing financially more than the man,
especially when they are doing more.
Women always do more.
They always do more.
Oh, right from the traditional home setup, when they go to the farm, the man and the woman, who carries the heavy load of food stuff?
The woman.
She will come home, she's tired, she will cook. Ensure the children are well taken care of. And in the 9-2, the man will be taken care of. Always contributing more.
Alex, I knew you were going to say this.
Always contributing
I just
more.
knew he would say it.
Oh, always contributing more.
Always contributing more.
Oh, yes.
So take care of morning, take care of afternoon, and in the night take care of the man.
At all weather.
So then, let me find out this. Does this not affect the man's role as the head of the family?
In what way? I see it from this perspective. The woman is your helpmate. She is your helpmate, your companion. So if she's playing a role, you see, there are natural rules and there are cultural rules. That's how I see it. Oh, culturally, he's a man. So he's perceived to be in charge all the time. But who does the management of the home?
The woman.
Thank you. So who's in charge? You may appear to be in charge, but somebody's running the business at home. Yeah. So if your wife is hardworking, she's seen to be playing a very key role. For me, I say a sane man should be happy.
A sane man should
a sane man should be
that
very
your wife
happy.
is earning more than you.
Is it her doing? It could be educational gap between you and your wife. Industry. So her workplace, her work environment is so good that she earns more.
Yeah.
Why should you kill yourself because your wife is earning more? You should be happy. Burdens are taken care of. You wouldn't struggle.
You see, so that's the point. You wouldn't struggle, but that's the point where you're being a man comes in.
But you see, it doesn't mean you should not take your responsibility as a head of the home. Some things are so basic. So, as I said, paying of school fees.
Yeah, but you see, this is where the case is. Look, imagine a scenario where the man doesn't have the capacity to be able to pay the fees.
Okay.
You know, the fees obviously, let's say, is 2,000, and the person is earning quite less than 2,000.
Okay.
You don't pay the fees every month anyway, but to some value, and there are some other things. Look, it's so obvious that these things are quite higher than he can do, and those you call the basic stuff, but they're higher than he can do.
But it doesn't mean you shouldn't contribute. If you're talking about 2,000, or let's say 1,500. Your children's school fees are maybe 1,500. Can't you contribute 200 or 300 for your wife to do the top up? Would you say because she's earning more, so you will not contribute?
You should pay all.
Please, let's be reasonable.
Yeah, you should pay all.
Be
But you have plenty
reasonable.
money. If you have plenty money, you should just
So
pay.
someone is helping in your responsibility, and you think the parents should shoulder everything without you contributing anything at all, then why are you a man? Your manhood is not defined by how strong your waist is.
Hey, manhood though.
I mean, you being a man, it's not defined by how strong your waist is.
Oh.
No. Your responsibility.
Yeah.
Your contribution at home.
Just as Alex is saying, you know, from the beginning I said it, that sometimes we misconstrue the headship. We think that once you are actually the head, it means that you should financially should contribute more.
Yeah.
But the amount of money that you put on the table doesn't actually justify your headship. You can be the head. You can be the. Sometimes some of the men sometimes we actually go, you submit to me. I'm the man. I'm the man of the house. But anytime that you go to your wife and actually tell her that you insist that you are the man of the house, it means that you have lost the position already. You see, so your headship it's not, you can't attribute your headship to the fact that you're actually putting more money on the table. It's the other stuff that you actually do. We should be able to actually appeal to the emotions of the woman. We men are rational beings. Women are more emotional. You see, so the thing is that you should be able to actually appeal to the woman's emotion. You see, once you're able to actually do that, the woman will actually submit to you, just as you are giving all yourself. Just let's say for instance, your wife happens to be probably earn about 80,000 Ghana cedis. You are maybe doing about 20,000 Ghana cedis
per annum.
Yes, let's assume per annum. Now, at the end of the day, you see that your wife is actually bringing. Maybe you are not told, or she tells you. If let's assume that she even tells you, what you are supposed to do. You are supposed to actually let your wife actually know how much you are bringing, and you don't push her to actually tell you how much she's actually bringing.
Why?
You see, because you are supposed to just from the biblical point of view, you the man, you are supposed to actually kill yourself. That's what Christ actually did for the church. Love your wife.
No, hold on. I don't get this.
Yes.
How is it that you should have her know, but you should not push to know hers? How?
That's the basic thing. That respect that you're actually going to get is actually going to emanate from that end. The fact that you have actually offered all of yourself, the woman will actually appreciate that. It will actually appeal to her emotions. That look at what this man is actually doing for me. She will, from out of her own self, will actually come to you and then tell you plainly that, oh, this is how much I'm actually earning. And once you are able to actually put yours on the table, but just make sure even after you have actually put all of yours on the table and you have actually just try and still get her some gift, even though she earned more than you. And it doesn't matter, because these are the things that will actually make the woman happy. Master, if you're able to do that, she will bring the 60,000 or 80,000 that she's making. She will actually give it to you to actually do everything. And she may not even ask you, because you have told her, you have actually proven to her that whatever you have, you actually put it on the table for her. So that trust has been established, and once that trust has been established, that respect, you have already gained that respect.
Wow, this institution they call marriage. Trust me, it's. I think that's the reason why our old people tell us it's a whole journey.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me that look, you just can't imagine how is it that I'm going to tell my wife, dude, this is how much I earn. Really, I mean, that's it. And then I can't ask her, I can't push her to know what she earns, because I already know that, look, I'm earning much less than she is. Look, that doesn't make me a man. Alex, I know you have something to say, but we'll be back. We'll take this break. When we are back, we'll continue the discussion. Interesting. And so welcome back. If you're just joining us, it's still eTVGhana. We're in the men's lounge. And when we started this season, I did mention, or we did tell you, that once in a while we'll bring you surprise guests that you make a choice for. But this time around, we made the choice, and it's a surprise choice that we made for you. So I'll tell you what, there is, the year of return, and all the people returning to Ghana, and the people who were taken through slavery, obviously against their will, several years ago, have their great grandkids coming back. And so there's a movie called the Joseph film, and it's something that was started way back by Jacob Echivilamte, and it's a project that's being followed up by the Barbados government, and Ghana, and then Jamaica. So there's a movie that's been made, and the main character, the movie is called Joseph. The main character of the movie has come all the way from Kingston, Jamaica. Today I'll be speaking like that, I haven't taken anything, but just understand. But yeah, so the main character is here with us in the studio. He has decided to join us in the men's lounge. His name, I'll have him mention his name by himself. But hey, K-boy.
How you doing?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So that's our surprise guest. He's the main character in the Joseph movie that will be premiering on Saturday. Okay, Joseph. We are discussing in the studio. So we are talking about financial responsibility in the home.
Yes.
Especially when your woman
Yes.
is earning more than you.
Yes.
What does it feel like?
For a woman to be earning more than I am, first of all, you have to understand that you have to put aside your ego, right? Because I grew up in a good home, and well, first of all, my dad earns more than my mom, so I never.
Oh, you have that experience then?
Yeah, but I did have a situation where the female was earning more than I was.
Okay.
And the thing about females is that they're very emotional and they like to feel like they can lean on someone financially or emotionally, whatever type of alley. And if they can't feel that, they tend to throw these things in your face. So, if you can't provide a certain thing, then they'll hit you with, hey, you're poor, you're broke.
Just remind you.
Remember, you're broke. But I mean, it's something that's hard. It's hard for men to deal with if you can't put your ego aside, and if you can't think about things rationally and linear. So,
Well, we're going to come back and talk about this, but one thing we'd like to know, maybe we should just delve a little bit into the Joseph film. I know you are the main cast, and the premiere is happening this coming Saturday from 6 p.m. right?
5 p.m.
5 p.m.
5 p.m.
So red carpet starts 5 p.m.
And then the film is at 6.
Okay, and it's for only a selected few.
Yeah, it's invite only. Unfortunately,
unfortunately.
I mean, I wanted to see everyone in Ghana at the film. But
But I'm also aware that from the 24th of January it will be in the Silverbest cinemas, and so everybody can have access to it as well. So from 24th of January it will be in the Silverbest cinemas. Everybody can have access to it. But coming back to our discussion, how do the men? In fact, how should we? Should we say control? No, I don't think control would be the right word.
Please don't say that.
How do we, well, we can't control it.
Don't say control. Don't say that word.
So how do we keep up with this situation? How do we keep? I'll start from you, Chris.
Okay. To keep up, we just, as I said from the beginning, we just have to actually show the love. And our brother has even come to actually add to it. We are just supposed to actually put that kind of ego aside. And then we don't have to actually, when we meet friends, you don't have to actually necessarily say that, oh, my wife is actually earning more than, that will not even actually please the woman, per se. But show her off. Not necessarily saying that, oh, she actually pays all the bills in the house and all that, but women actually like to be shown off. Oh, this is my wife, she's powerful, she's good and all that. You don't have to actually go into details. As soon as you actually do that, she will actually give you the kind of respect that you need, so that you all the time your home is actually very peaceful. But if you say that you are actually going to insist, then you always have a lot of problems.
So keeping up with this, you are saying that we should just try to show them off and make them feel like they are in charge. That's how we can keep up. So we become the women, isn't it? Of course, we become the women. That's what you're saying.
So, just as I said, you are not. It's not like you are saying that she's the one that actually takes care of the home. But it's simple. Now these days, WhatsApp, Facebook, social media, you have her as your DP, have her as your this, have her. Simple way. Let the woman feel special.
That's it.
You see, that's simple. This simple. You are appealing to the
idea
emotions.
What issue you are starting. You have no idea. Alex, let's forget about this. Yes.
Appreciate her for the role.
That's how you keep up with it.
Appreciate it. Encourage her. Adore her. It's as simple as that. It's not about competition. No. Marriage is not about competition. I said earlier, she is your companion, your helpmate. So appreciate her for what she's doing, and be happy.
And that's how you keep up.
Be happy.
Before I get to Kevoy, so this is coming from Rita from Tesha, and Rita says, "Well said, lawyer. Women always do more. Great discussion, and I love this show. You gentlemen are looking all good. And lawyer Ernest. Oh yeah." Hello, lawyer me. You have a lot of questions to. What? Okay, I have a lot of questions to answer. Okay, so boy.
Yeah, well.
How do we keep up?
Well, I mean, I have a modern approach. I think my approach is that it's not who's earning more, but it's that we have one common goal. So what we do is that when we get our salaries at the end of the month, we put it together, and it becomes one salary, and we take care of our bills and we take care of our house. And we move forward from there.
You're not telling me you put all the salary together. I don't think so.
Listen, I don't live with anybody. Listen,
that cannot happen.
This is all theory, because I haven't done it.
No, but that sounds like a good idea. What? Do you think it can be all the salary?
It cannot be all.
No. Why not?
It depends. You may be comfortable bringing all on board. Okay, so there are individual needs. There's the collective need. Of course, marriage doesn't mean you don't have your individual needs. So practically, look at your budget. The budgeting aspect comes in. what is your budget on your salary, the common interest of the family, and you adjust.
Budget on salary. The salary is already small.
Massa, budget.
No, Alex. The salary is already small. What budget? It's like that.
But if you don't live on budget, how are you going to survive? If it's small, it costs for me more budgeting.
Yeah, it has to be.
Simple as that.
So it calls for more problems then, because you can't even contribute.
Problem in terms of what? Live according to your means.
Pay the light bill.
Live according to your means.
Which means again, look, at this point, I don't have enough.
Yeah.
I don't have. I don't have it. The little I have, I can only contribute a piece of it, and that piece can pay Jack, can pay nothing. What are you talking about?
The piece you have cannot pay for anything in the house.
Oh no.
How?
Only one Sunday fufu or something.
So contribute in kind.
What you need to
Yes,
when that happens,
I
seek
think at
another
a
job.
point we the men we need to actually be ready.
Yeah.
Because just as Alex said, that women always actually do more.
Yeah.
And let's even bring it to education. When I was in primary, the first in class, you see that the first 2-3 people, usually they are girls. At this stage, I asked my son, Gaddy, your in your school, who are the first 2 people? They mentioned that usually they are girls. And then recently there was actually a research that actually came out that suggests that women, the X chromosome actually carries intelligence.
Okay.
And the women actually have 2 of that. So it means that usually women are supposed to actually be more intelligent than
my
us.
God.
So we should be ready.
Man, we have a big problem. I keep saying this.
It will get to a point that women basically will actually earn all the salaries. They will earn much of the salaries because the world is actually shifting. You see, and we have multinational companies, we have very big companies that are actually driving to make sure that women all the time are the CEOs. So we should be ready. But the fact that they're actually going to earn more, just as you have actually discussed here, doesn't mean that they're actually going to actually take the headship of the home.
You know, there was this. No, but Chris was making me laugh. So there was this discussion about working with a woman boss. Okay. Like working with a lady who is your boss. You've had that before. And I'm trying to look at how different it is. You know, from having a woman at home who earns more than you.
Okay.
You don't think it has there could be some similarities there?
But the woman being a boss at the office.
Alex, don't ask me
of
questions.
work.
You see, when the lawyers start talking, it gives you a lot of problems. I'm not expecting you to ask me any questions. I'm only giving you the scenario that I heard from somewhere. Anyway, so guys, if you're just joining us, we are still in the studio. It's eTVGhana, and feel free to join us. On our WhatsApp page is 020-2222-054. I repeat, 020-2222-054. Very soon I'll be opening the phone lines, and I'll announce the lines before I do so. But back in the studio, I have Chris, I have Alex, and I have Kevoy, who has joined us all the way from Kingston, Jamaica.
Big up.
You know, when you started speaking,
Yeah.
we didn't feel like it was English. We felt
It was. But I feel
But-
the same about you.
But
I feel the same
no,
about
you can't feel the same. So in my mind, I was like, oh my God, let this guy not say bombo.
That could be said on Jamaican TV. That could not be said on TV.
It can't be said here as well. Then. But hey, I mean, it's one thing that makes all of us, come together as Africans. Seeing you here, the global village now. Look, it took you how long? Just a day, and you are here already. Yeah. Joining us, you know what makes it more interesting? You see us, we have the same skin, and you feel like, oh, like I'm home.
Yes.
Yeah.
People here think I'm from here until I speak.
Until you speak.
Yeah, until I speak.
Until you confuse them, right?
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh, they want to learn Patois?
Yes, they
Give
want
us
to
2
learn
lines.
Patois.
Just 2 lines.
What you want to know?
That's one.
That's one alone.
That's one. Anyway,
That's the
so coming back to our discussion. Now, one of the things that again draws a lot of concern is the family you'd have with the kids. Don't you realize that if it continues like that, I don't know how it's managed at home anyway, but if you're not careful, the kids start to pick the fact that, or they begin to realize that, but daddy, go to your mom. Daddy, I need money.
Yeah.
Talk to mom. You know, when it keeps on, does it have any effect on the family, especially with regards to the kids? Alex, you can take this.
Okay, I don't like referring to them as kids. I love children.
Okay, children.
So the children. You see, it's all about maturity at home. Why should they even know that mom is any more than that?
Hold on. Why should they know?
Yeah.
You see, I don't think it will be their fault. You know, children pick up certain things naturally that you may not notice.
It's a maturity.
How?
These children are very smart. You see, so if the child needs something from you as a father, and you don't have it, and you want to say, oh, go to mom, find a way of putting the whole thing together. Yeah. You know what? Mommy has a very nice idea. So you know what? Speak to mommy about this issue. It's a nice one. It's communication. Look, be a reasonable man. Learn how to communicate. Go to your mother. No. Mommy have a nice way of providing what you're asking me for.
Or you can
So you know
say,
what? Go to mommy.
Or you can say, yo, I'm going to discuss it
Yeah,
with your
mommy,
mom.
and I will discuss it. Yeah.
I'm going to discuss it with mommy.
Discuss it. Yeah. Because the moment they begin to realize that daddy is not able to provide, everything about mommy, your respect is going down, down, down. And you, daddy, when we ask you anything, I don't have it. Always mommy. They will tell you one day. They will tell you, this smart children, they will tell you one day. So don't create that avenue. Learn how to communicate. Mommy and I will discuss about it. And we'll give you a feedback.
Gotcha.
Simplicity.
Gotcha.
Chris,
Yeah.
what is this? What's for me? I'm trying to understand. You know, what the likely effect can be on the kids at home when things like this are happening. Probably we want to look at how, I don't know, but how would it be like? Especially for me, I want to look at what the effect would be on the kids at home when they begin to realize. Because look, you can't hide it. Look, it gets to a point where sometimes frustration and one or two arguments may bring these things out. How would it be like when the kids get to realize it?
Yeah, well, I think just to follow up on what Alex said, it's communication. Now, just as you, the parent, you wouldn't actually want to have certain conversation in the presence of the children. That most of the conversation that basically we will actually have when it comes to financing and other things, it's something that you're supposed to even talk about before the children even come around. You know that this is the issue at hand. You see, and then just as I said, if you actually should manage it very well, you as a man, the way you actually going to actually communicate it, just as Alex said that, oh, I think your mom has a very nice way of actually solving this problem, so you actually go and talk to her. But you, the wife and the husband, you know what's already at stake. So you, the man, will actually start the conversation with your wife nicely. Darling, what do you think if it happens that the children should actually get to know that maybe you are calling the shots in the home and maybe you are actually doing certain things in the home? What do you think? Just open up that conversation, and then your wife will actually come along, and then you guys will discuss it. You will discuss it. So before the child even comes to you to ask for anything, you already know what to say because it's already been discussed. So just as I said from the beginning that there are certain conversations that you wouldn't want to actually have in the presence of the children. Just talk over all these issues, and this thing you should, as soon as those issues, don't just sweep them under the carpet, because it will show up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just have that conversation. Just have that candid conversation. Once you have it, as and when maybe those issues come up, you've already discussed it. You know how to actually deal with it. So I also agree that it's communication. You should open up the lines of communication.
Okay, what will be the effect on the kids when they begin to realize this?
No, I mean, as they said, it's communication. It depends on how you communicate this to the children, because if you tell them that mommy has more money and daddy can't provide, then they'll start looking at mommy as providers. If you have a son, then he'll probably start looking at a female as his provider. And I mean, if you have a daughter, then she will feel as if she should be the provider in the family. So you have to be careful how you communicate this information.
Nice. So if you're just joining us, feel free to send us what you think about the discussion we're having. Is financial responsibility at home when the woman has more than the man? What are some of the effects? What are some of the things that they go through as a family at home? And so you can join us by WhatsApp on 020-2222-054. At this point, I'm going to open the phone line, and the number is 055-657278. You can call and share your thoughts with us. Now, in America and in some parts of Germany, currently there are a lot of sit-home men. It's a lot. It's a lot. So there are a lot of that sit-home men. Well, it could be by choice.
Could have been
And
circumstance.
It could be circumstance. And it could be
By
by choice.
I was just wondering. I was just wondering, hey,
But-
can I be a
but-
citizen?
What, you want to try that?
No, couldn't.
So there's a lot of men, okay, who are sit-home men. They stay home, do the chores, take care of the children and everything, whilst the women are out there working. There's more like a little swap somewhere. So does it change who we are really, especially when the men are the ones doing everything at home and the women are out there trying to find the money to bring home? Does it change who we are as the primary breadwinners of the home? Chad, this one in the essay. Yes, no, you don't have to think.
My answer
Yeah.
is no.
It doesn't.
It doesn't
That's
change.
it. Doesn't change.
You sit home, sweep, clean.
You sit home clean. You see, I think back to what I said earlier.
Boy doesn't agree
You
with
see,
you.
you see,
But
for me,
I
for me,
also agree. I agree that,
the companionship will always register in my mind.
And for that matter, you think it's no, irrespective of whether the man is staying at home doing the chores, taking care of the kids and everything.
Yes.
But you see, whilst the man is doing all those things, the woman will actually demand that certain things be done for her. You see, so that's what will actually make you the man,
So things
the
like-
head. You see, at least gifts, surprisingly.
Okay,
There-
let me
there's
just
petty
hold you on
things.
briefly. I've got Jonathan on the line. Hi, Jonathan. Good evening. Thanks for calling. Let's hear you.
I think the man should be the head of the family. And he is supposed to be the breadwinner of the house.
Very well.
And if he leaves that work for the woman, it means he's changing his position. Because the breadwinner controls the house. And if you leave that your mandate to the woman, it means he is now going to be the controller of the house. It means you, the man, has to be the woman. And you have to submit.
So
And the Bible says it's the
Jonathan.
woman who has to submit because you are the breadwinner. So if you give out that job to the woman, then it means you have to submit and listen to the woman.
So you are
And
now
let the
the
woman
woman.
control the house.
So you are now the woman. The woman is the man.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Find a good job to do.
Yeah.
Or marry the woman who is below you that you can cater for. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
Jonathan. Thank you very much for being part of this. We appreciate your thoughts. Grace, I'm back. Charlie, he spoke for you flat.
Yes. But just as we said, the fact that the woman is actually paying the bills, I think sincerely that the fact that the woman is paying the bills actually doesn't make her the head of the home, because there are basic things. Women cherish to be loved.
Yeah.
You see, so it's the love that you have actually offered to her, and not just sometimes we just limit it to finance.
Finances, yeah.
But it's not just finance. There are a lot of things that women need. Pampering. They're very little.
Without an income.
No, but you see, then it means that maybe you're actually limiting the pampering to money.
to money.
But maybe you don't need money to actually give your woman probably some massage at the home.
No, but
You
you
don't.
that's where I disagree.
Yeah.
Because I think women.
No, okay, boy.
I could be
I'm
wrong.
gonna have to hold you on. Hold on. So I have another caller. Caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I'm not sure calling from who.
Hi, Nashra. Please let's hear you.
I like the points the guys are putting up. I like the points they are putting up.
Uh-huh.
But as to whether they are practicing it in the home. Because I have a lot of friends, I'm married, I have a lot of friends that are married to men that they earn more than them, and they do everything in the house. But still, the respect for the man to even give out is not there. And women go through a lot of trauma. I'm only praying that whatever each of them are saying, they do it in the house. Thank you very much.
Nashra, I'm going to tell them for you, okay? So, Chris,
Yes.
whatever you have said today, make sure you are doing it. Alex,
Obviously.
whatever you have said today. As for
Obviously.
Chris, it's just.
It's a live program, so our wives are watching.
Our wives are watching.
They are watching.
My wife is behind the
So,
TV.
they are
watching.
watching.
Make sure you are doing it.
My wife is watching.
I'm single. I'm sorry.
My wife is watching.
So,
I can't say anything.
you can't say anything. So, back to you. You were actually saying something before the caller came through.
Remind me of what I was saying.
Okay.
Please.
So you were talking about how. Now you're getting me confused. let's see another caller. We'll take that one from the phone. Hello, good evening, caller. Your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Amdel. I'm calling from Tamale.
Hi. Please let's hear you.
You see, when a lady gets married to a rich man, she began growing, she starts to grow fatter.
Okay.
But when the man begins to go broke, he begins to also grow lean like a dressed guinea. So imagine you get married to a woman that is richer than you.
Uh-huh.
You even grow lean than a broom. So it will be a disaster in the house to be broke than your wife. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see up north here, if you make a mistake and your wife is richer than you, then the whole community will hear of you.
All right. All right. Thank you so much for your contribution.
I remember what I was saying.
Okay, so back to you.
From what I know about women, is that women like, because he was saying he was limiting the pampering to finances. But from what I know about women, is that women like tangible things.
Yeah.
Right? If you're going to take them for ice cream, it requires an income. If you're going to buy them a slippers, it requires an income. If you're going to do anything at all that's outside of the home, it requires income. So even if you're going to take her for a drive, you have to pay for the gas. You understand? So, I mean, it limits you. I think it limits you when you become a stay-at-home dad without an income. If you're a stay-at-home dad with an income, if you work online, but you still work less than her, fine. You know what I mean? But if you're not earning an income and she takes home all the bread, that's a little rough. That's a little rough. That's a little rough.
It can be.
Yeah.
It can be.
So then, in that case, look, these are real things.
Yeah,
It's
they're real
happening.
things. They're real things.
So
There are things that are happening.
are we going to agree that power is gradually shifting to the women?
Yes.
No, hold on.
Yeah.
Yes, no. yes, no first. Are we agreeing that power is moving to the women?
No.
No if condition.
Power in terms of what?
Yeah,
If
that
if
was
I'm
going
a
to be my question.
stay-at-home husband, or is it that, or if she earns more than I
With
do?
all we have said today, are we agreeing or do we think power is shifting to the women? Yes or no?
No.
Power in terms of, is it economic power?
When the lawyers are here,
Power, is it economic power?
Yes.
Or what kind of power are you talking? Yes, what
I
is
said
shifting?
relative
What
to
power
all
is
that we
shifting?
have discussed today
Okay.
over here. Do you think power is shifting to the women?
No.
Chris?
For me, I think that women have always had the power. They've already, in times past, today, women have always, we are, well, whatever we do, we are being controlled by
Pawns,
the money that you are actually going out there. We are just doing it to actually to make sure that we make the woman happy. So what's the power? It's the woman.
I've
So
always
I
heard
think
that
that.
men do whatever we do
Yeah.
for women.
Basically, so
All right, so then you need to pick mine so that we know who won, right? Okay, I also think power is moving to the women. That makes
Anyway.
it 2 against 2. So we don't have any answers. Guys, thank you so much for being part of this evening. Thanks to Casapreco, our Lobo Beaters, we've been able to hold this show. Thank you to Chris being here. Chris has a little girl whose birthday is today.
Yes, it's today.
Today.
Happy
Oh,
birthday.
wow.
Yes.
Happy birthday to her.
Enunyama Mejewa Pamford.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's actually watching me. Happy birthday, girl. Mommy, I and Enunyam Gadi, we all love you so much. May God bless
Pamford,
you.
this
Richie
is no
bless you.
excuse. Oh.
Yes,
Don't
yes,
just
yes,
go
yes.
because you have wished and that's the end. Go and buy the ice cream.
Something is
and
going to
take
happen.
it better.
Yeah, we just discussed the rules of the man.
Right, guys.
Something has to leave, eh?
So on this note, I'm going to draw the curtains to a close. It's been very good to be with you this evening. We are grateful for your time and everything. Please join us next week when we'll be back with another episode. But remember, the Joseph premiere is on Saturday. It's a movie that is going to start premiering also in the cinemas from 24th January. This is the main cast, the main character to the Joseph movie. His name is Joseph Kane in the movie, but his real name is Kevoy Burton, and that's his name. He's coming all the way from Kingston, Jamaica. Till next week, Thursday, 9 p.m. We'll be back. Stay safe, stay blessed. Thank you.